Powdered Toast Man. If it would load in. There he is. Powdered Toast Man. And Danny Phantom. And My Life as a Teenage Robot. And Rocco's Modern Life. And Invader Zim. Are in Smite. For some reason. There's also a Magic the Gathering thing. But that at least makes a little bit more sense. Because Planeswalkers and Magic the Gathering are as like literal gods in their universe. It's kind of weird to be running around as like in a the battleground of the gods, as is the setting of Smite, and you're Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life. That's a bit fucking weird, to be perfectly honest. Although I can't disagree with anyone who says that Powdered Toast Man isn't a god. Or is a god, sorry. I can't speak today. I had to re-record this because I opened this up and I immediately choked on my drink and then I was just hacking up a lung for like 30 minutes. If you can't tell. Anyway, so we are playing Smite today. This is probably the most played MOBA I've ever played. I can't speak at all if you can't tell. This is the MOBA I've played the most of all MOBAs. In fact, I don't even remember what MOBAs stand for anymore, but I'm very familiar with the genre. I have all MOBAs take after Dota, which was the original Warcraft 3 mod. I played that mod, and I have played some other MOBA since. I'd say after Smite, my most played MOBA would be Monday Night Combat, which is not great. That is a not great representation of the genre. Actually, I take that back. It might actually be a pretty good representation of the genre. Although that game in particular was wildly imbalanced. It felt really unfair at times playing that game. Not quite so much this game. But before we get into it, let me just try to highlight where I'm coming from when I talk about this stuff. Because when I play a particular genre that I have hot take about, I feel like I gotta open up these videos with a bit of my opinion on it so you know where I'm coming from when we get into this. And that is that I don't particularly like the MOBA genre. Although I don't fundamentally hate it in the same way that I hate the Souls genre of games. I would say overall, MOBA games have three overwhelming issues. Three consistent issues that I have. One, and these all take after Dota because all MOBAs are mirrored after Dota. Dota had all of these issues, so every game after it always has to mirror those issues. However, Smite is an exception. In the first case, it is an overhead point and click. League of Legends is still an overhead point and click, but there is no good reason why the game should be an overhead point and click. It's only an overhead point and click because Warcraft 3 was a real-time strategy game where you had to control multiple units across a large battlefield and move them independently and queue them up in like groups and stuff like that. It's like StarCraft, right? You need to be able to rally a large number of troops together, and so that means clicking and dragging around certain groups, matching them the hotkeys, and then microing them across the battlefield, which can get pretty tedious, and that's an issue with RTS games. But it doesn't fit with MOBAs, because in MOBAs you're playing as one character. So all of a sudden you got this control scheme that is meant to facilitate controlling large numbers of units, and instead you're controlling one unit. It's completely unnecessary, and this is the one way in which Smite completely smashes its competition, because it's all third person over the shoulder. You still have 4 abilities, you still have a basic attack, but you're not microing with the keyboard, and it's not an overhead thing. It's all third person over the shoulder, and that feels so much more natural and makes so much more sense for what the game is going for. So I am 100% approval. I can't speak again. I am 100% approving of that change that Smite made to this game. It is unique to Smite, and I respect that Smite actually made that change. and stuck with it to this day, because that is excellent. It's a great change. It's I would say objectively improves the overall gameplay experience. The other two things, not so much of an improvement though. The other is one of them. Sorry, one is last hit culture. So what Dota did is, well, it basically transposed the exact same mechanics that you had in Warcraft 3 into Dota, because it was basically just a custom map type in Warcraft 3. So it used all the same systems for like implementing damage and, calculating damage and stuff like that, and it just threw that into a custom game map mode. Well, what that means is that if your characters don't like develop experience or anything, the hero characters don't develop any sort of experience unless they get the killing blow on an enemy. What that translates to is that kill stealing is a thing. It's very easy for kill stealing to become a problem in your game. And kill stealing is especially important in this game because of the third issue. But basically the problem is that it's central to the game for your character to become more powerful as the game goes on, so that you can keep up with the power level of your opponents. But chasing that becomes harder when you have teammates who will deny experience from you because they will effectively kill steal. Now, this game does have an assist system, which I would say probably mitigates that problem a fair bit. But that was not something that was in Dota, and that's not something that's in many other MOBA games. There just wasn't a concept of assists. It was, if you get the last hit on an enemy and they die, you get the experience and nobody else. And so kill stealing was a big problem in OG Dota. And this is emphasized by the third and probably biggest problem with MOBAs, and including this game, and that is that snowballing is a big, big oppressive problem. So as the game goes on, you're incentivized not only to fight the enemy players, but to also kill the minions that are running from either side of the map to the enemy stronghold. By doing that, you not only gain gold, which you need to buy very powerful items to flesh out your character's gameplay strategy, but also to level yourself up to increase your health, your magic, unlock new skills, level up your existing skills. Everything that makes your character more powerful. So it's a constant race of not just getting gold, but also experience against your opponent. And if your opponent consistently gets more kills on your minions than you get kills on their minions, or if they periodically kill one of your teammates more often than your team is able to, then they will get more experience and more gold, and soon enough, they're much, much stronger than you. And then the team just starts to snowball, and when they're stronger, they kill you more often, they get more kills on minions faster, and then they get stronger and stronger. Like the exponential, the threat grows exponentially. Because you'll start at like even planes, and it's not just like they'll become additively stronger than you, but because they became stronger than you and they are able to kill you, they become even stronger than that. So it's a compounding problem. And the biggest reason why this is a problem is because these are games that are meant to be 30, 40 minutes long at times. And you might be 20 minutes into the game and the game is completely fucking lost. Maybe it's just because you have one teammate who's not very good at the game, so they're basically feeding the enemy team by getting killed. When their enemy team is feeding off of one of your teammates, and it feels awful when you're the one who's in that position feeding the enemy team, you're not just dragging everyone else on your team down, you're making the possibility of winning the game increasingly futile. Because if you're 20 minutes in and the enemy team has twice as many kills as your team does, you might as well forfeit. You really might as well forfeit because that many kills translates to a lot of gold and a lot of experience. And if you try to out DPS somebody who's even 5 levels above you, and this is bearing in mind that levels cap out at 20, you're dead. Like, it's just not going to happen. So it gets really frustrating to get into a game, play for like 20 minutes, and it's like it's over. You're not gonna win this. You would have to be a fucking god at this game somehow to out out players with that huge of a resource advantage over you. And then there's at least like an in-game like surrender mechanic, but it's not infrequent that your team just doesn't want to surrender. And so rather than playing out another 20 minutes that you can't win, you'll end up playing out a 40-minute game and still lose. And that definitely hampers my experience with this game. And I imagine it hampers most people's experience with these games. I see people talk about, like, oh, I'm quitting League of Legends. And bearing in mind, I've never played League of Legends. But League of Legends is probably the most popular MOBA at this point. And I see people putting up videos about how, oh, I'm quitting League of Legends. I can't play it anymore. It's awful. But they're like describing fundamental issues with this game genre. Or it's not even fundamental issues, but they're like these same conceptual problems that have carried over all the way since Dota. And it's upsetting because MOBA can be really fun, and MOBA is actually a really cool idea in concept. The idea that you're, two enemy teams who are like championing minions to go attack an enemy stronghold, and then it's basically like an ongoing war, and there's an element of tower defense to it. It's cool, right? And I think Smite is probably the best one that I've played so far, and a big part of that is just the flavor, not the powdered toast man Magic the Gathering bullshit, but the fact that every single playable character on the roster is a mythological figure in history, be they from, ancient religions or even established fiction. Like, we got fucking Cthulhu recently. Got Cthulhu, Fafnir, Ganesha, Geb, Jormungandr, Sobek, Maui, Kuzenbo. Like, all these guys from, like, different mythologies, world mythologies. I was just playing Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga's super cool. Baron Samedi. Like, how would you like to play a game where the entire roster of playable characters is some god of some other epic fucking power with an insane background and story to them that, like, had entire religion around them at some point, right? That sounds so fucking cool. And that's this game. And it's because that, Smite has this strong sort of flavor where, like, all the characters are mythological gods. All of the gods' abilities are flavorful to what they represented in their respective mythologies, like Agni. Agni's a big fire guy. He hurls fireballs. He summons like furnaces and shit. This is the new guy. He's all about poison. He's a manticore. Anubis. He summons like the dead and zombies. Aphrodite. I mean, well, what really can you do with Aphrodite other than making her, total TNA? Well, you can make her a really cool healer character that basically latches herself on to a teammate and heals them. Center of attention. Kiss. You can kiss an ally teammate, basically linking you with them, so you share, like, life per second, and a movement speed bonus, and then a damage bonus, and then you can kiss an enemy teammate, and that enrages the last person you kissed. And it's really cool. That's so fucking cool. I really like that. I think that this is an amazing concept. Now, some gods are done better than others, or done more justice than others, I would say. But obviously, my biggest issue with this game is just that it's an online only multiplayer game. There's no physical copy of this game. You can't play it offline. So that's an eternal disappointment of mine. It's for that reason that sadly this will never be in my favorites. I can never put this game on my shelf and say this was so cool. So it'll just be a temporary transcendent thing, at least until somebody, and at least until it stops being supported, someone cracks it, and then there's like a pirated version on the internet that you can play. That's probably a ways off, I would say. So anyway, I think I've said what I've wanted to say. Basically covering, my opinion when it comes to MOBAs, and yeah, that's about it. That's about what I wanted to say. Anyway, what I wanted to do today specifically is I wanted to play a newish character. Now I pick up this game for a period of time. I play it. I put it down. I come back to it like maybe a year or more later, and there's a ton more characters, and they're all really cool. But I recently did this, like as in just this week. I was like, oh, I haven't touched Smite in forever. I come back, there's a ton more gods that I've never seen before. And one of them caught my eye. And it was this guy, Surtr. Now, Surtr's actually pretty meaningful to the game in at least one major sense, and that's that we've had Ymir as like a meta. Not that I care anything about the meta, or know much about the meta even, but Ymir has been like a meta god character in this game since its inception. It was one of the first gods you can play in this game, and Ymir was the frost giant. Well, now we've got Surtr the fire giant. So we have the other side of the coin, finally, right? We have the fire version of the Norse Titan. But what actually caught my attention is not just that he looks cool, and that, like, his walking animation is him dragging this big ol' sword around as it, like, drags, like, lava through the ground, and sort of like what, sort of what Pyramid Head does, except actually cool. But what caught my eye about Surtr in particular is that looking at his abilities, he reminds me very explicitly of Lucy, or Lucifer, who was a playable hero from Dota. And there really hasn't been another character that quite did that. There is Pele. Pele had like one ability that was sort of like what Lucy could do, but Lucy was my favorite character to play as in Dota, and unfortunately my experience with Dota was really poor. I liked Lucy, even though Lucy was not a meta hero by any stretch of the imagination. And my approach to playing Lucy was that I want Lucy to be fast, because, well, let me just cover his abilities right here. Here's why I think he is what he is. It's mainly these two abilities, Giant's Grasp and Ember Walk. So Giant's Grasp allows Surtr to pick up an enemy and throw it. So if there's nobody near him, he picks up a magma rock, which will just hit the first thing it can see. If he picks up a lane minion, and whatever's near him just magnetizes to him, basically. If he picks up a lane minion, it will pass through minions until it hits a god. But if I have a fiery imp, which spawns as a result of some of my other abilities, and I throw that, it passes through enemies and it explodes. You can't pick up gods. This is very similar to Lucy, because Lucy had an ability, I think it was called Devour or something like that, where Lucy could grab an enemy and eat them. And basically he would have like a digestion meter or something, where while he had while he was eating the minion, he would gain gold over time. So he had a baked-in ability where he could basically grab an enemy minion, take them off the battlefield, and then convert them to gold. I thought that was really cool. Um, but the main reason why I think this is so reminiscent of that is because there's almost no other abilities in this game that explicitly pull a minion off of a lane. Like, bodily remove them from a lane and attach them to you, right? Lucy was able to grab an enemy minion and they were basically, like, in their mouth, hypothetically, right? You could just straight up eat a minion, and then that minion was gone. And you were, and it served a secondary purpose. As far as I know, I can't think of another one that just straight up picks up a minion and makes use of it outside of Surtr. So that's very reminiscent of Lucy in my experience. And again, I can't think of too many other heroes there were in Dota that had abilities similar to that either. And of course, there's Emberwalk. Lucy basically had this exact same ability where you just create this ring of fire around you and you do constant tick damage to everyone within range. And then you can walk around and it will hit people in that range. I thought that was really cool. The main way I wanted to play Lucy was that I wanted to really capitalize on Emberwalk. I know Emberwalk didn't do a ton of damage, but it 100% dealt pressure. It was good at dealing damage to enemy minions, and if there was like a big brawl going on, you coming in and popping Emberwalk 100% makes the fight easier for your teammates. Because everyone on the enemy team inside your Emberwalk is melting. So I thought that was a really cool ability, and my approach to it was that I wanted to make Lucy kind of as fast as possible so I could run to any sort of encounter there was on the map, pop Emberwalk, and immediately apply pressure. And part of that is actually baked into this ability where you automatically gain a movement speed buff when you activate Emberwalk relative to the number of enemies you hit with it, which is really cool. Although, that does kind of change the use case for it, whereas you might find yourself activating Emberwalk as a means of escaping enemies, because it will at least give you the small movement speed bonus. So, that can be kind of tricky, and, you know, you don't want this on cooldown as much as you can. So anyway, it was basically these two abilities I saw, and I was like, that is so much like Lucy, and I love Lucy. Lucy was my favorite. And so I've been playing Surtr a fair bit, and it's taken me a while to finalize on some items. But I think I've figured it out, and I am quite content with what I have at the moment. Or at least I'm very comfortable playing as this character. My main character in this game is Tyr. And if you don't know Tyr basically has like two modes. He can be in like an offensive mode and a defensive mode. In his offensive mode, he deals more damage and hits. But in his defensive mode, he gains like a bit of lifesteal, and he can dash through enemies and stuff. So Tyr's really cool, and I like him as making him a very objective-oriented character, where I give him like the Emperor's Cuirass or whatever, so that he can take out enemy towers on his own and stuff like that. I'm inclined to play Surtr a little bit differently, but I still have quite a bit of fun with him, and I would say he's very close to where I feel I'm at with Tyr, although I have much more experience with Tyr. So the main things to bear in mind about this character is, one, his passive is kind of unreliable, as a lot of the gods' passives are, but basically, whenever you take damage, he can drop an obsidian flesh fragment. Basically, it's a little glowing magma rock on the ground. If you take damage, these will pop up around you. If you step over it, you'll gain some life regen. And that's about it. But that's honestly pretty good. Well, it gives you life regen and quote-unquote protections. Well, it says protections right there. It's not a lot of protections, but it's something. I mean, if you're at level 20, 26 protections stacked up to 3 times, that's actually really good. But it's very unlikely that you're going to stack these buffs too frequently. So the main purpose of Obsidian Flesh, in my experience, is that if you're getting some passive, if you get taking some passive hits, you can walk over your Obsidian Flesh fragments and gain a little bit of health back. It's like a very mini health pot, but that's still pretty good. It's a good source of sustain. What's really helpful, and is a great side effect, is that Ember Walk will automatically collect all Obsidian Flesh fragments in range while it's active, which means Ember Walk can also heal you a bit by default, which is excellent. I love that. His first ability, Flames of Muspel, is not great unless you kind of think about it as a replacement for the katana that gives you haste. So a weapon that I found that I needed to use an awful lot was I forget what it's called exactly, but it's a katana that grants you haste. And the haste effect is basically it nullifies your basic attack movement speed penalty. So whenever you hit an enemy, you become a little bit slower, kind of like you do in Dead by Daylight. But that's so necessary if you're trying to chase down an enemy player. It's very necessary to do that if you're trying to chase down an enemy player. Because it's one thing to be able to run up an enemy's back and hit them over and over and over again until they die, but you can't always do that. And so Flames of Muspel, has a variety of things, like, oh, it will spawn an imp for 10 seconds. Whoop-de-fucking-do. It will deal a tiny little bit of tick damage over time. Whoop-de-fucking-do. The whole main benefit, in my opinion, with this ability is just that it grants you haste. That it gives you a little bit of extra damage, or it spawns an imp, or whatever the fuck. That's just a tiny bonus on top of that. But that he has a poppable ability that will give him haste for 5 seconds is huge. Because that means he has an ability that will allow him to gun down enemy gods if they start running away from him. Which is really big. So, Giant's Grass, you have a projectile attack. Ember Walk, you have AoE pressure. Flames of Muspel, you have a chase power. And then you have End of Days, which is his ultimate, which feels very similar to Tyr's ultimate because it also throws you up into the air. But this just feels really good. And it's got some cool audio effects to it too, where basically he throws himself up into the air. Let me see if it will even play it. No, the ability demos are extremely unreliable in this game. I don't know why, it's one of the buggiest aspects of this game. But basically, he'll throw himself into the air, turn into a meteorite, and then you can just slam it into the ground. And I have used this multiple times to chase down fleeing enemy players and get a finishing kill on them. Just like Thanatos, even though Thanatos technically has an execution threshold, which not too many other players have. But basically, it can function just like that if I want to. It's also a good escape tool, which I've also used for that purpose multiple times, which is what I mainly use Tyr's ultimate for. But that I feel like I can use this much more effectively, and I can guide where this falls onto the ground, and it drops additional meteors on top of where I'm landing. It's really cool. All of that is to say, is Surtr has one big glaring weakness, in my experience, and that is that he has no mobility at all. He has no special mobility moves. A big thing that is so useful for Tyr is not just that he has like a rush ability, or that he has a rush ability that can pass through enemies, or even that he can chain both versions of his rush ability together, which gives him great escape potential, but that he has a rush any sort of mobility at all. It gives him he at least has some manner of spending mana that will let him escape a fight that he knows he can't win. That is super big when I'm playing as Tyr. If I turn a corner and there's two gods running at me, I need to be able to get out of there. But with Surtr, he's just normal movement speed. He's just normal movement speed until that happens. And so that is my biggest issue with Surtr so far, is he does not have any escape tools other than his ultimate. And since his ultimate has a 100-second cooldown, you can't rely on it. It works, but only when it's off of cooldown. So, for that reason, this is the build that I'm looking at. I am prioritizing Midgardian Mail, which is the second item you see down here. Midgardian Mail will apply a stackable movement speed and attack speed debuff on anyone that hits Surtr with their basic attacks. So even though I can chase someone down behind their back and hit them without having to worry about the attack speed movement penalty, or not the attack speed movement penalty, but the basic attack movement penalty, not only do the enemy players have to worry about that, but they'll also be afflicted with slow thanks to this item that I have. So this makes it much easier for me to be able to escape and survive. So that's super important. I've got the Stone of Gaia purely for sustain. I want Surtr to be able to survive as long as possible, and it's really helpful to... I mean, it's just overall efficient if you can stay out on the battlefield as long as possible without dying, dealing damage to enemy minions, earning gold, all that stuff. Because you don't... It sucks when you find yourself having to retreat, you go back to the fountain, and you get one item upgrade. It only upgrades once, and it's not even like the full item that you got. And then you have to run all the way back to the tower you were just at. That sucks. So this gives me both HP5 and MP5 recovery, and it gives me a chunky amount of health, and it gives me a passive, I think, a fifth of a percent of your maximum health as a passive regen in addition to your HP5. So that's also really good. This keeps him around very long. So it's very important that I get this active as soon as possible. This will make him more tanky and make it easier for him to escape. And then the rest of these are just various purposes. At the moment, I have these two equipped because they profit from me being around large numbers of enemies. And so long as I am, running Ember Walk and trying to hit large numbers of enemies with that, these will stack. And so far as I'm aware, unfortunately, you can't just look at the item description when they're in these slots, which is annoying and stupid, and they should have fixed that years ago. But, yeah, basically, both of these items have the same purpose, where as long as I'm near enemy players, they gain a scaling buff to me relative to the number of enemy players I'm against. I believe this one specifically gives me like 4% stackable damage mitigation, which is huge. I also have this, which gives me physical lifesteal, which also helps because that can proc off of Ember Walk. But I will be totally honest, the items that I have after this fact are just kind of whatever. I mainly have this item just because it gives me 20% cooldown reduction and a bit of physical power. Because at the end of the day, Surtr's not going to be very strong. And I'm not really looking to make him really tanky either. He's trying to be something kind of balanced. Which may not even be the best way to go about this. Like, I was being very tanky with Tyr. I was trying to be a very tanky character with Tyr. And I'm not sure if that's how I want Surtr to play. Maybe it should be. Maybe I should just focus on making them a brick wall to fight against. But both of those characters, incidentally, are physical-oriented warrior-type characters. So they're both kind of in the same class of character. So whether or not I want to play them the same way or not, is, I guess, entirely up to me. But, I don't know. So far, I've just wanted to play Surtr this way. So, basically, that's a summary of Surtr. And we're just going to be playing a bunch of Surtr today. So let's queue up. And we're going to be playing Conquests, because Conquest is the most interesting mode, in my opinion. I don't know if you can multi-queue. Actually, let me check if you can even multi-queue. I'm not seeing multi-queue. Multi-queue? Oh, okay. Conquests. Actually, let me confirm. So assaults is very linear. I don't really like that because just people basically shooting at each other along one route. You can't really be sneaky about it. There's no jungling or anything like that. Arena we could do arena. Joust is basically just a smaller conquest. So let's just do Joust, Arena, and Conquest in that case. So L3. Yes. There we go. Okay, I can multi-queue. There's some obvious similarities between this game and Paladins, but there's also some very big differences. Like I said, if you buy the thing that just unlocks all characters and all characters going forward, that's just something that I don't think is even in Paladins at all. It's in this game. All right, let's get. Fortunately, there are a lot of characters in this game, much more than in Paladins, I believe. So it's much more likely that you're going to get the sort of character you're trying to play as. Ugh. Fire Giant and Ice Giant? Fenrir is the jungler. Fenrir can be merciless as fuck. Chalk can also be pretty brutal. Chalk's actually cooler than he seems, I would say. Although when I play as Fenrir, I'm personally disappointed. I think playing as a big wolf character would be a bit cooler than it actually feels to play. Unlike Paladins, this game does, however, have a stupid matchmaking quirk. Which is this. You have been re-queued because BR Killer 4751 did not make a selection. We have too many solos. It's not the problem I see right now. Okay, it just remembers my multi-queue. That's good. There is really no fathomably good reason why any sort of matchmaking system should kick you out, should kick all players out of the lobby because one person fails to queue. That is obscenely dumb. Pick roll? What are we doing here? I'm a warrior. Oh, this is arena. There's no roles in arena. It's just fucking people killing each other. And yes, just like Paladins, I have auto-buy, but once again, unlike Paladins, I can actually choose what I auto-buy, so the items I showed you are the items that I will be auto-buying. I do have an Everlasting Chalice, which basically gives me a refillable healing pot. I find that gets a lot of mileage, especially early game, but overall, a lot of mileage. All right. I'm not super big on his voice lines, but they're okay. So look at this walking animation. Just dragging his sword through the ground. That's super cool. I really don't like the walking animations I see of characters with swords that are just like holding them like upright against their shoulder and stuff, like you see everywhere in Dark Souls. It just looks really boring. When you got somebody with a giant ass sword that he has to like drag it along the ground, that's really cool. I forgot that we can kill these guys this early. Alright, no buffs from me, but that's okay. Alright, here we are. Yeah, that's my passive right there. A little obsidian flesh fragment I had. So something that's great about the throwing ability that I have is that it's a guaranteed stun if it actually hits. Excuse me. Almost killed me. Get him. Very nice. Got my ultimate already. See, now I want to Flames of Muspel. Get him! Get him! Get him! Get fucked! See, I love that ability. That's super cool. It's actually a good demonstration of his abilities. Excuse me. Give me that. Get over here. Get over here. I'm gonna get myself killed doing this. See, I don't have any escape moves, which sucks. Alright, let's restock. Got an ultimate kill, it's very satisfying. I almost have my my escape armor, which would be great. Oh, she was immune to the stun. I need to back up. Heal up. Alright, we're gonna ult. Whoa, get out of here. Being able to do that more often, it would be great, and that's why we want the cooldown reduction. Get over here, get over here, get over here, get over here. Did I get that? I did get that. Nice. Very nice. Is that Ymir? That's not Ymir. Who the hell was that? Where is he? Come on. Get him. Yeah, there we go. Ah, they saw me chasing them. Let's heal up. Good stuff. We got our Midgardian mail. Okay, left triangle, square, circle is the U rock. I need to do that for a challenge. There we go. Oh, dead. No. Nope. You're dead! Yes! Thank you, AoE damage. It didn't think like I was gonna hit him there, but that worked. That was great. Alright, I gotta back out. Oh, dear. No! Finally got a kill on me.
Double kill.
Alright, we got the 20% cooldown now, which is great. Double kill.
Rampage.
Does it not sound like it's just she's saying double kill? I gotta back up. Ah, damn it. I wasn't paying attention to my health.
An enemy has been bested. Hang in there, girl.
Mighty indeed is it forged in the fires of Muspelheim.
Muspelheim. Muspelheim? Yeah. I'm dead. I don't know what happened here. I think Emir might have frozen me.
Ally has been slain. Double kill.
That's some good damage I'm doing. Yeah, there we go.
An enemy has been slain.
Good stuff. Disappeared somewhere. They might have died, I didn't notice. Okay, now I got my damage mitigation thing going.
My purpose made clear. There will be none that can stop me.
The fact that his throw thing can also stun makes it also really good for chasing. Okay, I gotta go. It's much faster to heal this way. Yeah! Come on! I didn't think I'd make that. Go, 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 go. Get slowed, bitches. Get slowed. No! Fuck you, Thor.
Killing spree. Killing spree. Double kill.
Actually having a decent amount of luck with this. I think. Nice. I don't know what that attack was, but it worked. Get dead! Get stunned! Damn. Ultimate! Damn it!
You have been slain.
At least my ultimate doesn't get expended until I'm in the air. That's fortunate. I think this is going surprisingly well. Obviously I'm not doing the best on my team, but I think I'm doing pretty good. I'm actually able to chase down some kills, or at least get very close.
An ally has been slain. Rampage. Shut down.
Yeah, give me that. Uh-oh. I'm free!
Double kill.
See, you know, the spawn zone giving you, like, a constant, like, big heal is really big. They really should have had that in Paladins, but they didn't. Oh, I missed him. Get over here. Get over here. Throw it. Yeah, there we go. Wait, that wasn't a kill. What was that? I don't know what happened to Thor. He just disappeared.
An enemy has been slain.
Yeah, we did it. I got 23 assists. That's actually really good. 23 assists. I honestly hadn't played Arena with Surtr yet. That worked pretty well. Oh yeah. Don't really have anything to say. There wasn't a whole lot of teamwork going into that. We'll just re-queue. Yep. What are we loading into here? Yeah, this game really struggles, doesn't it? Alright, Conquest. Proper game mode. Here we go. I've played against Ishtar. Ishtar is another one of the new heroes. She's a ranger. And she was really strong. She was like wrecking our entire team. But that was also because she was like 6 levels above everybody. I don't know how she was managing that, because she was not feeding off of me until she got to that level. Kamazats. Ganesha. Alright, time to see how this works out. Bologna? Her name's Bologna? That's like the title character of this game, and I've been thinking her name is Belladonna this entire time. I might still call her Belladonna. They got Raw, they got Hades, they got Loki. Loki is a big issue. Hades has like kind of the gravitational thing where they can suck you in. They'll do like constant damage to you, but it's really dangerous because it's really hard to escape. Especially if you don't have any escape abilities like me. Come on, guys, let's do it. I got auto buy on, so I don't need to worry about this. Well, I was set to solo. Back left lane. Ishtar. Well, Ishtar's going that way. You set yourself up as carry. So my expectation was Kamazats is going to be jungler. Kukulkan can definitely do a mid. Who's our last guy? The last guy's just sitting at base as though they're AFK, which is great. It sucks loading into these games and then you got an AFK player. Alright, they're finally moving. Alright, it looks like we're divided up appropriately. Kamazats maybe jungling. And Kukulkan maybe... what the hell? Camera was in just the right spot for that. These are new, by the way. I read online that they offer like 15% damage mitigation to your first tower.
So sorry, so sorry.
Which is weird. Supposedly they borrowed this concept from League. I'm not too familiar with it. but it gives you something to hit when you run up to base and you don't have minions to run to the tower. Alright, nobody's opposing us, so some free damage. I'm up against the Manicore guy. I believe he does some damage over time. I'm not familiar with how he works exactly. Hi there.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Uh-oh. I should move. If there's something I would change, I would have Surtr's little orbs hang around on the battlefield longer. I would have his imps hang around on the battlefield longer. The imps only spawn and stick around for 10 seconds. I hate, like, minion summoning abilities, or they only stay out for a short period of time. It is the entire reason why I don't bother with that mechanic in games like Skyrim and whatnot. I don't care about, like, the fetish summons in Diablo 3 for the exact same reason. You're just putting a completely unnecessary time limit on my summoning ability. Should be more than enough that they have a finite health bar, and you can just disable healing on them. Alright, go, 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 go. Get him! He's ulting. Nice. Oh, hi. Can I help you? Hi, Belladonna. How you doing? Oh, there's 3 guys here. Okay, we'll just back up then. Yeah, there's just me over here, guys. If you could help me out, that'd be great. I'm all out of heals. Okay, I'm gonna have to, once again... They took down both of our fucking things here. God damn. Alright, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. That's exactly the ability I was warning about. Alright, we're losing a tower because nobody wants to help me.
Your right tower has been destroyed. Help right lane. Help right lane. Help right lane.
It's a wonder I survived that long against 3 other players. He's clearly got more damage stacked right now than, Thank you. Thank you, Kamazots. There we go, that's down. Uh-oh, hi. Nope, I'm out. At least I can ult out of his ultimate. There we go. We got some team members now. Got him. Got him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Damn it. That's a shame. Wait, maybe? No, I can't do anything. My mana's too low. I was thinking maybe I could ult him and get a kill, but that's just not going to happen. I don't know what this thing does. Oh, okay. Get fucked. I'm gone.
Mighty indeed.
Okay.
Forged in the fires of Muspelheim.
Muspelheim. This guy's a couple levels above me. That hurts.
Your right tower is under attack.
Damn it. Yeah, he was 3 or 4 levels above me. There's not a whole lot I could have done, sadly. Did someone just make a... Did someone seriously just make a... and now for something different reference? Now for something completely different reference? There's... Alright, please help. Thank you. Thank you. See, this guy's being team member. I'm dead. That's unfortunate. I got greedy there. Ra's a support character, and he's still really strong. Right lane has been completely neglected up to this point. Get back! Fuck you, Raw! Get over here. Get over here. Get over here. Get over here. You motherfuckers. Gotta hold off until I get my ultimate back. There we go. Get over here. Get him! Yes! Oh, I'm wasting my time on this. Alright, I gotta go. Oh, get away, Bella. Oh, sniped in the back. Very cool. Come on, slow. Give me that slow. Give me that slow. They're still on my ass. Come on. Give me that slow. Come on. No! God damn. I kept popping Ember Walk because it will give me a tiny, tiny speed bonus. It's not having a noticeable effect, unfortunately.
There is no weapon more fine than that which I already
Shut down.
wield.
An enemy has been slain.
Alright, my ult's good to go. got Midgardian Mail finally. It was quite a trek to get to this point already. Get out of here. Get him! Get him, Kamastas! Let's go! Get him! Ah, we got him. Ross sniped me in the back, but I still got him.
Triple kill.
Triple kill. Good God. You can see how it's Ross starting to snowball on us now. He's 4 levels above me right now.
My purpose made clear. There will be none that can stop me.
Nothing that can stop me. It's just a barren, naked lane here, unfortunately. Yeah, you fucked. Yes! Very nice. So I have accidentally canceled my Ember Walk a few times before. There is a benefit to doing it. It just procs the cooldown faster. So if I no longer need it, I really should cancel it as soon as possible. Go, 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 go. Oh, we got 3 guys here. I'm out. I don't have enough to upgrade. Fire Giant. Hi there. Get out of the way. Leave him alone. Fuck you. Alright. I saved you, Ishtar. I think that was Ishtar I saved. Yeah, Ishtar was at, like, no health. Oh, and they thanked me. No. How do I do this?
An ally has been slain.
Talk. Response.
An enemy has been bested.
Oh, I didn't get stunned by that. Get over here.
Been slain. No.
Yeah, I don't want to surrender this. We're only down 2 kills. Ra's really strong right now, but that doesn't mean we can't pull it out. Ra's attacking our middle tower though.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Yeah. Go get his ass. Get over here. Oh, that gives him a movement speed. Bogus. That snipe attack is so bad, man. Ra's been strong for a long time. Someone else do it. I can't do it.
Mighty indeed is it
Double
forged
kill.
in the fires of Muspelheim.
I got some commendations in mind for this match. Oh look, we're above in kills. Hell yeah.
Killing spree.
You'll never break my wind. I would suggest that you run.
Okay, I could have got punished for that pretty bad. Ulting, he didn't survive it. I didn't survive it either, but took him out. Punishing him for being greedy. He had like no health.
Fallen. Deicide.
Who am I looking at? Go, Kamastas. Let's go.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has been destroyed.
That's unfortunate.
Will it be able to
Your
withstand
middle phoenix is under
my
attack.
burning flesh?
It's just fucking raw, dude. Dude! Look at how much damage I did to him doing all that. That sucks.
A minor setback.
Are we all pushing middle? Looks like we're all pushing middle. I'm kind of tempted to press top left
Rampage.
while they're doing that. Oh god. Especially if Ra's chewing everybody up.
A minor setback. An ally has been slain.
Well, we're getting wiped.
An ally has been slain.
Okay, well... Sure, I'll agree to a surrender if everybody else wants to surrender.
Yes. Another realm conquered.
That's unfortunate. We managed to pull ahead of Ra briefly there, but then, you know... Group up, runs to the middle of the lane, gets completely fucking annihilated. That's unfortunate. Alright. For this, I am awarding Kamastas with teamwork for being the only one to show up and help me in right lane when I needed it. And I'm giving Ishtar a friendly. Alright, that was a game. I'd say it was a successful game. Took me a while to get up to some decent items. Like, we were already kind of struggling before I even got my Midgardian mail. Arena again. Okay. I don't know how to activate boosters. But I guess this person's activating all the boosters anyway, so I don't need to. Seems like we can choose a special skin if we want, but honestly, I don't think any of the palette swaps are quite as appealing as, like, the default skin. Pick ban. Please ban. Who's the cake? What was that? Hebo is a cake. Okay. That looks weird as shit. Rocky Road is the name of the skin. It really doesn't look like Rocky Road. Molten Destroyer Cthulhu. Bastet. God, Bastet could be the jungler. Poseidon can actually be pretty cool. I'm honestly not familiar with Hebo. But there's no jungle in this, so I don't know what I'm talking about. It's arena. Boom, 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 boom. He's throwing cake. Yeah, what are you doing over there? Really? Is that how we're starting this game? Who has a fucking Bob Ross skin? Why is that a thing? Oh, going up against another one. Hi. Oh. Nice. So they got a Surtr too. Get Cthulhu! Nice. Get Bob Ross! Didn't know there was a Bob Ross skin in this game. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Don't execute me, please. No execution. They have Ao Kuang. Ao Kuang can execute us. We can still damage Cthulhu when he's like this. He's probably too far. Yeah, he's too far. That's unfortunate. Oh, I'm inflicted by madness. Surtr versus Surtr. Oh, you did use it to escape. Okay. Yes, Cthulhu, can I help you?
An ally has been slain.
Oh, I got feared for a second there. Oh, get out of this. Get out of that.
An enemy has been bested.
What the hell is that icon? I genuinely don't know what that means.
An enemy has been slain.
I know that's the guy with the Ao Kuang skin. That's all I know.
Will it be able to
Not the Ao Kuang skin, the Bob Ross skin.
my burning flesh?
He used his stealth ability already. He's dead! He's dead! He's stunned! He's dead! Yeah, there we go. Give me that. Oh man. Cthulhu's out DPSing me right now. Yeah, waste his ultimate. Get him! Get him! Get him! Ulting! Get Cthulhu! Oh, he's dead already. Somebody else got him. Oh, fuck. I screwed that up. I accidentally canceled. I canceled my Ember thing. Pick up my thick fucking thing. That's your job, Emberwalk. There we go. Nice. Yeah, gotcha. That wasn't my kill, unfortunately, but...
Double kill.
Why does it sound like she's saying double kill?
My purpose made clear. There will be none that
Alright, got Midgardian Mail. Someone's weak over here. Oh no! Was that an execution? That was not an execution, it was failed execution. Dead.
Enemy has been slain.
So for some reason they weren't able to get the execution there. If he tries to do his ultimate, which is an execution move, and they're not below the threshold, ulting, and they're not below the threshold, then he'll just knock them up, and he'll stay on the ground.
there is no weapon more fine than that.
Their Cthulhu keeps wasting their ultimate, which is fine with me. Surtr, get over here! Ah, no, I can't get him. You're weak. Nice. Let our troops through. Save Cthulhu. No, don't ult him. Uh-oh. Shit. Our friend got executed right in front of us. Ao Kuang is either like too squishy to live, or he is just a slaughterhouse. And that means he's either very fun to play or very miserable to play. Does not seem to be much of an in-between. My damage just isn't up to par with these guys. Cthulhu's being really risky here. Get him! Okay, someone else once again got him. Right, backing up. Talk about kill stealing. Their Cthulhu's level 14, so definitely not one of the strongest, well, on par with the strongest players on their team. But I feel like he plays the riskiest. Nice. Got our group damage mitigation. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. Yeah, there we go. I missed that, unfortunately. Got my ult. Get him. Get him. Get Cthulhu. He's ulting, but he's weak. Oh, no, he did his rush. Good timing. Good timing to use that. Throw it! Oh, I could have possibly killed them with that throw, but I didn't. Give me the health. Thank you. No, another execution. Yeah, there we go. Your Ao Kuang is squishy. As I said. We're in a huge lead right now. Surtr. Yeah! He threw an imp at him. Get to taste your own medicine. This is going great. It's going really well. Still fuzzy on what this hammer I just bought does. That's unfortunate. Did we win? Nice. We crushed it. I got to level 19. That was really good. Having more luck with the arena games than the conquest ones. Commend your team. I'm gonna give Cthulhu the guide because he was a better Cthulhu than the enemy player. Nice. Okay. I want to go back to the item builder right now. So, like, there's definite value in what Midgardian Mail does, but I feel like, I don't know, maybe I need, like, an item that gives me more money in general? Like a starter item? Which one is this again? It doesn't show up in the list unless I take it out. Enemies hit with your damaging abilities take an additional 48 physical damage over 2 seconds. This gives me physical power. It's very cheap, so I get it right away. And it gives me HP 5 and MP 5. The reason why I go for the Stone of Gaia is because it gives me really good sustain right away. But I feel like I still got to combo it with like the Everlasting Goblet and stuff anyway, just to a lesser degree than if I were to run this right out of the gate. Ultimately, any item-specific source of sustain is not enough to sustain me in the long term, which is unfortunate. I know this is pretty effective, the Soul Eater here. Lifesteal. There we go. So it gives me physical power, physical lifesteal, physical penetration, and cooldown reduction. Cooldown reduction is really big. Your abilities heal you for 5% of the damage dealt. That's a passive on top of the physical lifesteal I have, which is already really good. Each time anything dies within 80 units, I gain a stack. At 100 stacks, it evolves, gaining 15 physical power. So ultimately, this can come up to 40 physical power. An additional 5% physical lifesteal, and a 20% physical ability lifesteal. So that can give me some pretty good sustain, like, right out of the gate, to be honest. I just gotta build it. And what, that costs 2,100? Does the Stone of Gaia cost... Like, Stone of Gaia costs less than that. It actually costs less than that. Let's, Or more than that, sorry. It costs more than that. I don't know how to speak. I feel like Soul Eater's really good, because I can put that on my Ember Walk and just use it on Ember Walk. It also gives me cooldown reduction before I ever get the Jotun thing. I'm thinking I should maybe open with this, to be honest. Should clarify what these other two do. Where are they? Not there. not there. Yeah, that gives me stackable damage mitigation, which is very good. Reduced crowd control. Up to 12 damage mitigation is really big. Magical protection is really big too because magical characters have access to way more power overall. I really need to account for that. Also gives me 30 NP5, so I'm not going to be like, for lack of, you know, mana to cast my stuff. You know what? This stuff's not popping up in the list because I have it selected. I hate that. That's why. There it is all of a sudden. Alright, so when your ultimate has finished casting, your protections and movement speed are increased by 5% for each enemy god within 55 units of you. So, yeah, that's kind of cool if I like decide to meteor right into a bunch of people. I probably shouldn't be doing that in general, though. And what, that it gives me 20% crowd reduction? I would much prefer cooldown reduction, so I can use my ultimate more often. Where's the other thing? This gives me movement speed and physical penetration and additional lifesteal. For every non-ultimate ability on cooldown, you gain a stack of cruelty. Each attack provides 8% physical power and 3% physical lifesteal. This just gives me more physical lifesteal, but it also gives me movement speed. I don't really care about attack speed. I know that's just basically raw DPS increase. Is there anything that makes me faster and gives me cooldown reduction? This does. I think there's 2 items that specifically do that. There's this, which isn't super helpful because its passive is all about ability heals, which I don't have. And there's this, which is about relics, which I don't like using. Although this is pretty cheap, all things considered. 10% cooldown reduction, movement speed. Just buying these will give me some amount of lifesteal to begin with, which is good. So even if I am not able to buy Soul Eater right out of the gate, which I can't, it'll still give me some amount of sustain before I get the full thing. Although the same can be true of the Stone of Gaia. What can give me MP5? This can give me MP5 cooldown reduction and make me tankier. HP5, MP5 health and power. 10% cooldown reduction. 40 MP5. When you take magical damage, your cooldowns are reduced. This can only occur once every 30 seconds. That's still big, but it requires me to take magical damage, which I may not always take. Yeah, this one's still good. That's all about curbing crits. This actually makes me more vulnerable with its passive, which I don't want to fuss with. Gives me decent, like, physical damage bonus and decent MP5. The cooldown reduction is great, and it increases my cooldown reduction cap, so this is, like, the cooldown reduction item. But actually, it competes a bit with some other options. This will give me MP5. Also gives me 400 health. Okay, the other thing I'm considering is this. Jotun's Cunning. It gives me power. It gives me bonus mana. 10 physical penetration, 20% cooldown reduction, so I'm up to 30% cooldown reduction. Every time you damage an enemy god with an ability, you gain a stack of wit. At 2 stacks, your next non-ultimate... See, what I don't like about that is that that can proc on any of my abilities, even though I might specifically just want Ember Walk, right? This, however, gives me a panic button and 30% physical ability lifesteal, which is pretty solid. That's a power bonus, which scales Ember Walk. Physical ability lifesteal scales the Ember Walk. Cooldown reduction, Ember Walk. Procs every 15 seconds is not bad at all. And it gives me movement speed when I need it. I think I'll throw that on there. Okay, and then to help me escape, I'll throw on the Midgardian Mail. What does this shield do? More cooldown reduction. Physical protection. HP 5. Damaging enemy bod with an ability. You can deal an additional relative to your protections from items. Can only trigger once. It's okay. If only that stuff that gave me cooldown reduction and movement speed together weren't, like, kind of shitty passives. Like, I understand cooldown reduction and movement speed on, like, a support character, especially a support character that has ability heals. Probably works great on them. Are they physical, though? Are there many physical supports? I don't honestly know. This can give me a panic stun, and it gives me really solid physical protection, and cooldown reduction. Does this max out my cooldown reduction then? It goes over my maximum cooldown reduction. My cooldown reduction is at 35 right now. I don't want to reduce my protections. That can help my movement speed about mid-game. That'll give me some needed magical defense. Kind of late game, though, for that, to be honest. Extra sustain? I don't really know. Could really use more damage, honestly. Being able to do more damage, although being tankier would also help. Tankier with some CC resistance. I'm not super strong, I'm also not trying to be super strong. Let's look at our mage's robes. Here we go. This gives me 10% cooldown reduction. Damage mitigation. We stun. These all give cooldown reduction. Stuns all enemies within a range of 20 units for 1 second. That can make me pretty tanky. Hmm. I kind of want to go for this. That is 20% crowd control reduction. But it's only going to give me 5% cooldown reduction because I'm capped at 40. And I don't want to add the thing that reduces my protections to increase the cap to 50. This will give me pretty solid defense overall. I was reading that they removed some items that granted both power and protections, like the Shifter's Shield, which kind of sucks because I thought an item like that was actually pretty cool. But now you can't dual spec into being tanky and being able to do solid DPS, unfortunately. You can get other sources of support, like lifesteal and stuff, but just overall tankiness is not looking to be a thing. I mean, I've kind of already got like a lifesteal source of sustain. What other options are there for defense? Is that... Looking for stuff with dual protection. I know I've used this on tier before, and it worked okay. There's that. And your ultimate is finished casting, gain a shield. And then it explodes, slowing targets. That gives you a safe exit for your ultimates. Hmm. Do I have enough MP5? I might not. Successful ability damage to an enemy god applies a debuff that afflicts them with 20% negative CDR for 4 seconds. It's definitely not something that was ever in the game prior to last time I played it. I'm torn. I'm always torn. We such tough choices. I mean, if I want to be just an absolute fucking tank, I should be taking Mantle of Discord. Mantle of Discord is where it's at, to be honest. Be super tanky, nigh unkillable. That gives me stacking damage mitigation. What else could I take? 40, 30, 30, 30. That's not bad. It's like 20% cooldown reduction. My cooldown's already maxed with this. Um, 40 again. Hitting an enemy god with a crowd control ability will place a debuff on them. Is Ember Walk a crowd control ability? Like, does it cause a slow or anything? Damages and slows enemies once as it expands, or when fully formed, and again when it contracts. So on activation, it does cause a slow. Movement speed debuff, so that is 100% a crowd control ability. Maybe this is like the underrated god item right here. Yeah, let me just read what that does. Stone of Binding. 40 physical, 40 magical, 40 physical, 250 health. Successfully hitting an enemy god with a crowd control ability will place a debuff on them, reducing their physical and magical protections 1 times your level for 5 seconds. So they lose as many physical and magical protections as my level for 5 seconds after I hit them with Ember Walk. That's pretty good. I dare say that's pretty good. With this, my physical protections are pretty nuts. I just wonder about damage. Like, I don't want to be shy on damage. .45 physical and cooldown reduction. I'm questioning mainly these two. I like that this is like a stackable damage mitigation bonus, which is huge. Maybe provided that it is a stackable damage mitigation bonus. I should go more for this, because this also gives me a damage mitigation bonus. Whenever you're hit by a hard crowd control effect. That also gives me pretty solid defense. I could just be overrating the Midgardian mail too, in all honesty. That's entirely possible. It gains 15 physical power, so it gives me more physical power than it actually appears to. That's something to note. Bloodforge is probably the single strongest thing I can equip, and it gives me movement speed. Then again, I'd kind of rather just run Serrated Edge. I don't know. I really don't know. Let me just look at Midgardian mail one more time. Where are you at? There you are. Enemies that land a successful basic attack on you have their movement speed and attack speed reduced by 8% for 2 seconds. This effect can stack up to 3 times and can stack with other item slow effects. And there's no cooldown on that. It basically means if somebody starts basic attacking me and trying to gun me down, I can outrun them a lot of the time. That is 100% possible. That seems really important. I think I want to take this. Let me get, actually, a steal. I know I'm dwelling on this. I've been dwelling on this for a while today already. No worries. 8% physical life steal. This has 20% physical penetration, though. With a conditional stackable 80% physical power. If I want to think of it another way, this can give me an additional 24 physical power on top of this. So I could think of this like up to 54 physical power. And even more lifesteal than what Bloodforge gives me. I don't really like Blood... My whole problem is that I don't like Bloodforge's passive. I think the passive sucks. It's predicated on killing an enemy god, which I want items in order to help me do, not to profit off of after I do. Yes, it can give me another 10% bonus movement speed, and that's cool and all. This will give me movement speed, though. This will give me movement speed. And I can slap that on for damage mitigation. Then that for, like, really solid damage mitigation. Gives me big protections. It gives me big protection, and it gives me the damage mitigation thing when someone hard crowd controls me, which is usually when I die. When somebody roots me in place and I got a bunch of people wailing on me. And then when a bunch of people wailing on me, I also have damage mitigation from that. So even if my protection from magical and physical isn't the, the biggest and the fattest, I still have some very strong damage mitigation passives that can proc. I think I'm just going to try to run with this. See how this goes. We're going to go with that. By the way, I'm basically playing as Surtr most of the day today. And despite that, he's still not even in my top 5 most played gods in this game. Although, at the current rate, we'll probably get there. And actually, you know what? I wanna cancel out. Not that I wanna Finnick. Or no, did we queue up? Oh, we got queued up. Never mind. Joust. Okay. I was just thinking I didn't want to do arena again. All right, 3-player game. Nope. No damager? What is that text at the top of the screen? No damager. Nuwa and Cerberus. I don't know if Nuwa is a mage or a support or not. Not that there's a meaningful difference between class and role, but I mean, I'm not sure if she's supposed to be like a support. I don't think she is. I could be mistaken though. And I don't think Cerberus is like a jungler or anything. Skila and Chalk. Skila's ultimate is really brutal. It can one-shot enemies. And then Chalk can do some pretty crazy area of effect damage. I don't have too much of an opinion of Moose and Cobb. I know they can be strong, but I just don't know, I guess, enough about them to really judge what about them excels.
The horn resounds as the battle for the end of the cosmos begins.
Let's go, guys. Go. So in my experience, at the start of jousts, players often run over here for the, well, not here, actually. Over here? This is a slightly different joust map than what I'm used to, actually. There's usually, like, one little experience camp over here that people can grab, but this looks different. Alright, let's go. Zamu's and Kaba. I will punish you for that. Oh! I popped a shield. How'd I get that? Someone must have used a relic or something.
Let's not call attention to ourselves.
Stop hitting me with the tower. Like I'm barely towing the line. I'm infected. Ah. Uh-oh. Okay, let's not do that, please. I need to heal, and I'm all out of pots, so... There we go. Oh, I can upgrade? Nice. There we go. Okay, so I'm still pretty fuzzy about this item, but let's see if Soul Eater gives us, like, the necessary long-term sustain to keep going. So anytime something dies near us, it gets a stack, and it gets more powerful, and it gives us both power and lifesteal. Whenever you use the ability in range of a tower, it freaks out and attacks you. Fuck off. I don't want to wait this long. Get away from him. Oh, that's an ultimate. Okay, I gotta go. Picked up 2 of those little magma rocks for me, which are not immediately strong, but they do help a little bit. Okay, 21 stacks. Still need to run back to base. Alright, I got my ultimate now. Stop hitting me! Like, I'm barely towing the line over there. I'm at 40 plus stacks. She's moving. Hi there.
Purpose made clear. There will be none that can stop me.
Like, I need the sustain that Soul Eater gives me to keep me on the field as long as possible. And it's got to at least compare to Stone of Gaia. And if it's not doing that, then it's not doing its job. I used Flames of Muspel, and I really shouldn't have. Oh, hello. Were you expecting this? Nice. I'm gonna die for that, but it's okay. I got the kill.
Looks like your story ends here.
Almost got max stacks.
There's no weapon more fine than
All
that
right.
which I already wield.
I got the Jotuns. So cooldown reduction. Excellent. Sneak up behind him. I'm gonna die. Sadness. How high does my lifesteal have to be for Ember Walk to keep me alive consistently? Like, I really didn't go into Surtr expecting, like, he was just gonna lifesteal everybody, but like, it would really capitalize on Ember Walk if I could. Alright, I got the evolved version. Alright, I'm gonna die again. I'm sorry! God damn it, they killed me too? Ugh.
Will it be able to withstand my burning?
I am the worst of my team. Keep feeding them. But you're getting greedy. That's revenge. I'm out. Almost took out their tower, which is big. So this is max stack Soul Eater, and this is the sort of sustain it gives me. I'm pretty underwhelmed by it. Yeah, that's sad, man. I don't like that.
Better to keep a low profile. Battle my children.
That's even with Jotuns. Jotuns gives me some lifesteal too, doesn't it? So I got two items, two top-level items giving me lifesteal for sustain, and it's just not working out.
In the fires of Muspelheim.
Hey, assholes. Yeah, get fucked. There we go. Got Skila. It's not too... there's a lot less intuitive passives in this game than... There's a lot less intuitive passives than the picking up the rocks that I drop type of deal. Nice. Very nice. I gotta go. Ah, no! That was way too quick. I got stun locked too.
An enemy has been slain.
Get out of there, Cerberus. Sasori 6601. His life regen is non-existent. What are you doing, man?
Killing spree.
Dude, he had like absolutely no health, and he still tried to go in against a full health god. That was not very wise. They could have ran away. I got Midgardian mail now. I'm just underwhelmed by the lifesteal. I'm sadness. I don't like that Chalk can pretty much always hit me with that shit. Nice, 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 nice. Press our advantage. Get fucked. Ooh, I missed that ultimate. That could have killed me right there. No. Aren't the sound effects on that really cool? Get him! Get him! Fuck his rain. I'm a fire giant. You can't do shit. Get him! No! Alright, I gotta go. No! Alright, well, we got the kill at least. We got Chalk down. Some hard-won victories. We're down in kills, but we still got a tower. They don't. They just got their Phoenix, I think, left. Oh, that's unfortunate. Body blocked. You're dead. Or not. I was completely wrong. Got absolutely nuked by the tower. Get out of there! What are you doing hanging around there? Okay, got the serrated blade. I see you there. Nice. Punished for trying to jump us from the side. Go, go, go. Why is that targeting me? Oh, somehow I made it out of there. Ew, oh my god. Get out of there. That was way too close.
Will it be able to withstand my burning flesh?
Gotta watch out for that rain, that's Chalk stuff. I think she is healing me. That's good. Oh, what is that damage? Holy shit, get out. I almost got ulted by Chalk right there. He was in the air.
Mighty indeed is it forged in the fires of Muspelheim.
An enemy has been bested.
Their Skila definitely seems to be their weakest player so far. I've managed to get squeeze out a few kills on her. Get out of here! Go, go, go! We're down in kills, but we can do it. Nope, keep running. Nice. Got some permanent damage on their final boss. More than 50% it looks like. That's great. That is very good. Oh, 3 guys right there. I was mashing triangle and nothing was happening.
An enemy has been slain.
Cerberus doing good damage. Oh, look at that DPS go! Just chewing through guys. Don't bite off more than you can chew, that's their base. There we go, we got it. Nice. We were actually behind by a little bit, but we caught up. It made almost no progress on our towers. Very good. But I have to say I am underwhelmed by my item's performance. Soul Eater did not do what I wanted it to do. Now I'm just thinking, like, do I need to be stacking just a shit ton of HP 5 if I want the sustain I'm looking for? Maybe. That just may well be. It did fine. I'm not gonna do anything special about this, though. Okay. So I've decided, based on that single game, I'm not gonna go for Soul Eater anymore. Which starter items give me the most HP 5? Bluestone Pendant, 15. Gives me Physical Lifesteal. I mean, that answers that question. That's Bluestone Pendant, clearly. And that's the one I've most considered for this guy anyway, so... That'll give me MP5. I believe Stone of Gaia gives me the next most amount of MP5. 20, 20, 20, 15, 25, and cooldown reduction, and physical protection. 25. The 15. Really? This one, huh? That's the next most amount of HP 5? How much does Stone of Gaia give me? 25, okay. 25, 25. And it gives me MP5 too. Along with my starter item. So, if we do Stone of Gaia after our starter item, let's just get rid of the rest of this. Okay. Bluestone Pendant, Stone of Gaia. Then, we go for the Gladiator Shield. Then we got some pretty solid HP 5. That's almost capping our HP 5. That is almost capping our HP 5. So, yeah. That'll give us some sustain, I would say. Some cooldown reduction, too. Considering that's 90 of 100 cap, I don't think there's a whole lot more I can expect of that. Let's get rid of that. That. We'll just get rid of everything else. Midgardian Mail. Good physical protection. Where's our... There it is. Do we need that, though? What else gives us magical? If you take damage from abilities, your cooldowns are reduced by 3 seconds. Magical damage from abilities. Could do that, make us very tanky versus physical. This is basically coming down to us not doing any physical damage, though, which is not great. I just want sustain, man. I just... So picky. I want cooldown, but I also want damage, so the ability I'm getting cooldown for works. I want HP 5, so I'm not constantly running away. I want movement speed, so I can get to where I need to go. But I've got 6 item slots maximum. This is the standard loadout for him, is it? I just have the most success with Stone of Gaia. Sadly. I've almost never missed with the meteor. When I've tried to finish someone off with the meteor, I've almost never missed with that. And this is if I don't even kill them with the meteor, I get a bonus movement speed. I don't feel like spending the extra money to get this. even though this could be amazing. Want the power? What the hell am I looking at? Whoops. Okay. Want the power, and I want the cooldown reduction. Yeah, that's 2200. Where's the robe? I want to slap this on. That'll also give me cooldown reduction and crowd control reduction. Or cooldown is almost capped there. Or do I want to do that? So we get the sustain. We stack on the protections. Then we throw on damage. Cooldown reduction. Getting a kill or assist on enemy god creates a field that lasts 10 seconds, providing allies with bonus power. I don't really care for that. Bonus damage equal to an additional 30% of your physical power over 2 seconds. Ability cast gains 20% physical penetration. HP 5. You know what? For shits and giggles, we're just gonna go with the HP 5 thing. Just gonna see how much insane sustain I can get. Get that starter item. Boom, boom. Boom. The other one. Five. Man, I feel dumb. I don't know how to go about doing this. I feel like I do not have as good a damage options as I do if I was playing a magical character. I have way more protection options, though. Which, you know, is in lieu of how they want warriors to be, I understand. But I also want to be able to kill people. Our minions when you are basic attacked. Can I give more than one stack per round second? With that, my protections are pretty nuts. My cooldown is almost capped. Question is, How else can I factor in some additional power? My cooldown's at 35, right? Yeah, it's at 35. 75, 55, 65. There is this. There is that. 65 is pretty good. Your abilities deal an additional 2% of the target's maximum health as physical damage. If you have over 200 physical power, your ability bonus damage scales up. Our physical item. I'll give some solid MP5. We'll try this. Going with that. You may think I'm just dwelling over long on, like, the items and stuff like that, but this is dwelling, like, I don't want to do. Let's, take off Arena here. But this is dwelling that I don't want to be occupied with in the middle of the game. And also, this is, like, some planning, some forethinking and strategy that you don't have in a game like Paladins. Which they could have in a game like Paladins. For the most part, it's like, which of these 5 cards do I have equipped? Which of these 5 terrible bonuses should I use? Do I want to spend this precious resource, of which I have only 15, to increase my total health pool from 2,000 to 2,050? No. Items make much more of a difference in this game. Alright, we got Joust again. Loki. If Loki switched to Pele, we'd have an all-fire team. Please queue in. We don't want to be fucking kicked out of the lobby because of you. Lyrie Sin. Queue up! Press X! Press X! God damn it. Oh. Look at that. You locked him in anyway. Why couldn't you have done that before? The hell's that about? Sorry if I'm just munching away. I'm hungry. Ratatoskr, Kukulkan, and Neath. All pretty old characters overall. Ratatoskr is I mean, it's not new nowadays, but it was newer
In order to continue,
when I started playing this game.
I succeed. Nothing will be left at all.
Don't go AFK on us, Lyrie. Loki. XP camp? Oh, they spawned already. I didn't realize they did that. Ooh, nice. Almost took one of them out. I got the XP camp. Kukulkan's really good at, like, area of effect denial. Those tornadoes do a lot of damage. Use me. If you get clipped by that tornado, you're just gonna take constant damage.
Welcome to the battleground of an enemy has been bested.
Neath, can I help you? Punish! Nice. I got two guys on me. Give me that. I don't yet have an upgrade for my weapon. I should run back. Right. Pretty even at the moment. Neither of us are really horribly feeding the enemy team, so far as I can tell. That's good damage. I realized I was not going to make that distance, so I dropped it. Nice. That actually did decent damage. Go for it. Get that backstab.
An ally has been slain.
Damn, if I was off cooldown, I would have taken her out. Taken her out back. Taking her for a date. You're very bold. Oh no! They kept stunning me! I was trying to ult out of there. Are we giving up already? Is that why we're saying good game? They got 2 levels on us. And they're 2 kills over. It's not over yet. Yes, can I help you? Loki's doing his best to try to get in behind him. Damn, all it takes is being barely clipped by that tornado thing, and you're just taking constant damage. Go, 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 get him! Nice. Fuck you. Okay. Really? We're gonna do that? Okay. Why then? Dude wanted to punish me for jumping in their face. Alright, got Midgardian Mail. I'm hoping Midgardian Mail actually has, like, the kind of impact I'm hoping that it does. You seem alone. Oh my. Get him, get him. Nice. Get my heals. No! God damn. Kukulkan is 5 levels above us. But Soul is also doing really well, so. The 2 mages. It's going DPS happy. Nice. I shouldn't do that. She gained a lot of health very quickly. Look at these fucking bodies. What the fuck? What is this person doing? That is very unwise. Very low health, ran in completely alone into the tower zone. That was very dumb. I don't know what Neith was trying to do there, but that was not smart. Surrender? No. Yeah, Soul's doing good. Soul doesn't want to give up. I assume it's Loki who wants to stop playing. Uh-oh. Get out.
An enemy has been bested.
Get out of there, Loki. God damn it. I can throw shit too. Hey, you back up.
Mighty indeed, is it forged in the fires of Muspelheim.
Alright. Got my robe, so I got CC reduction. That should help a lot. Nice. Yeah, excellent. Get him. Yes. I saw Loki coming out for the hits, and I was like, I gotta throw an imp at him. Go! I wonder what that move is, the throw move? What is that move? I don't know why that's not... Giant's Grasp, okay. Get out of there, Loki! Loki, back up! God damn it, man. I tried to help you. Loki should not be running in against two guys to try to out DPS him. We lost our tower, but we're in the lead for kills. God, Ratatasker's being a bitch. That was close.
There is no weapon more fine than that which I already wield.
No, we're not there yet. The annoying thing about Neith is that Neith has that back jump, so every time I use Flames of Muspel to try to, like, run her down... No! Every time I use Flames of Muspel to try to run her down, she always backflips away, which basically just wastes my cast of that ability. We're leading in kills. We're not leading in money, so that's a... I call that a skill thing. But the enemy team is the only one with a level 20 character. But, that level 20 gap can only get easier for us. Soul is definitely doing a lot of good for the team. God, that hurts. I'm out.
An ally has been slain.
Ratatasker's got like some crazy attack speed build going on. No. Ow, I'm dead. That's unfortunate. It's weird. We can be up in kills. We can be up in kills, and like our team's relatively matched, and yet people will want to surrender the match. Get Neith. Nice. Very good.
When you put yourself back together.
Quiet. You rock.
Yeah, what is she popping there to get her going? I'm interested to see what her loadout is. Get that damage! Get that damage! Yeah, see, I can throw fireballs too. Yeah. Good job. No. Not giving up. If Soul wants to give up, we can give up, but... I mean, if Soul wants to give up, where are we at this point? God damn it. Kukulkan is doing so much damage to me.
Will it be able to withstand my burning flesh?
Ow, dude. Taking so much damage. And I got like 3 defensive items as my first items, and I'm still getting melted. He's only 2 levels above me. That shouldn't make that big a difference. Get that guy! Get rid of Tusker! Alright, Tusker's gone. Yeah, she keeps double popping items. I'm curious what she's popping. Especially right out of spawn. Keeps double popping items. Oh, 2 of their team are on spawn for like, are on like respawn for 20 seconds. Hell yeah, let's go. Let's push it. No! Oh, God damn it. That sucks. I can't figure out how to find, like, all the specific, like, talk things. It's kind of annoying. I need, like, I need, like a tip card to show me what, like, all the short callouts are. Should probably make something like that if I intend on playing this much more. Curses.
Mighty indeed is it forged in the fires of Muspelheim.
Muspelheim.
Enemy team has destroyed the Bull Demon King.
That doesn't sound good. The Bull Demon King. Get fucked, Neath! Come on, no! God damn it, I almost made it. I almost got away with that. And I'm dead. Damn it. Attack right lane. There's one lane, man. I'm not gonna vote on this. We're almost all level 20 at this point. I'm voting no. Alright, we're down our Phoenix.
An enemy has been slain.
My burning
Nice. The Tosker is feeling brave. Yeah, there we go. Keep pushing. They're on respawn. A long respawn. Something I haven't tried to do, but I realize I could be doing, is I could be activating Flames of Muspel and try to combo that into my Giant's Grasp. Because Flames of Muspel always spawns an Imp, and that'll give me the strongest possible throw with Giant's Grasp. It'll always go through enemies, and it will explode on gods. Okay. Ah, so close. He basically has, like, the exact same wind-up to Tyr as well. He, like, slaps his sword into the grounds and then spins around before he, like, swings himself into the air. Oh, look at the damage just as tornadoes are doing. That's too much, man. Kukulkan's hitting like a fucking truck. Get him! Nice. Very good. They're on respawn for a minute. Did they forfeit? Dude, we fuck. Wow. Wow. We were on the back leg so many times, and finally we got a double kill on them. They're on cooldown for a minute, and they're like, we do not want to suffer this shit. We do not want to suffer the consequences of dying to Soul twice at once this late into the game. I'm surprised. I figured we were going to lose that. What with how negative everyone was being. You were a guide. Loki, I think you were trying to get us to forfeit a game that we ultimately won. So we can pass on that. Okay. Soul. What are these items? Temporal beads. Removes crowd control. Makes you immune to new ones. Yeah. Entangling wings. Use this item to increase movement speed of allied gods within 55 units by 25% for 5 seconds, making them... I don't think you were using that stuff. It doesn't show consumables. Why not? I still got 18 kills. I got 1 kill that whole game. But I got 11 assists, so... I was pulling my weight. And I wasn't dying nearly as much as Loki. Loki got more kills than me, but Loki was also... Ugh. He was keeling over. Evolved Soul Eater. The alternate timeline? Have I seen this item before? I don't think I've ever seen this item before. Is that like a mage-only item? I was playing as Baba Yaga. I don't know why I haven't seen this. Physical protections, magical protections. Dude, it gives you power and protections? I thought we got rid of items like this. I was specifically reading an article today about how they specifically got rid of all items that offered both power and protections, and that's exactly what this item does. When you would die, you instead find a timeline you are still alive, becoming CC immune, damage immune, and unable to act. For 1.75 seconds, you are restored at 25% health and mana and can act again. This can only occur once every 6 minutes. Oh. You got a 6-minute fairy in a bottle, do you? Hold on, I gotta look up this item because I swear I did not see this earlier. Hello? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. My computer's not responding. What are we doing? Oh my god. My computer is slow and freaking the fuck out right now. Can I pause? What is going on right now? What? No. Okay. I don't know what the fuck happened, but my computer is freaking the hell out. Okay, 1 second here. Smite. Alternate timeline. Swear I did not see this item. This item is disabled in the dual game mode. Made from the Sands of Time. Oh, it's one of those starter item evolutions. Okay, I see. I did not look at all of those. Which reminds me, there is some major bullshit with how this game communicates how starter items work. So, basically, only through trial and error can you figure out that you can only have one of each quote-unquote type of item. So, like, if you have one of the robes, you cannot stack it with any other item that also comes from a robe. Cannot stack the same item multiple times, and you cannot stack the same item sourced from the same base item, because as you know, every item has like a starting item that it comes from. As you can see here, this starts as this, so that you can ultimately get Death's Embrace or Death's Temper. If you get Death's Temper, you can't also get Death's Embrace or Death's Toll before it. Basically that. But what's really misleading, extremely misleading, is that starter items are also classed as all the same type. So you can't have more than one starter item. And not only that, you cannot choose an evolved, a higher level starting item, because apparently there's an in-game secret level requirement to use these between like 17 and 20. So you literally cannot buy this, even though it's 3,000, you literally cannot... 3,000, what the fuck? It says 600 right here. It says 3,000 right there. Completely misinformative information. Bullshit, man. Like I said, it's not like this game isn't without its bugs or its lack of polish. Anyway. Fucking high-res. So, the game in no way communicates anywhere on the screen. Nowhere. I'm not even sure there's a tutorial buried anywhere in this game that says that you need to be between level 17 and 20 to even buy this higher level item. And so if you put this higher level item into your starter slot here, and you have it set to auto buy, if you have Stone of Gaia as your second item, and you load into a game, the game's just going to buy Stone of Gaia. It's going to completely ignore your starter item. So the game is not intelligent enough to buy your starter item and then build up to it, because there's an artificial requirement that you can't even build up to your... Like, the alternative to this is that the game would buy your starter item, and then it would never buy anything else until you got to level 17 or 20, which is completely infeasible, right? So instead, it just skips the starter item together, rather than waiting till you're 17 or 20 to buy it, which would be much better. It's awful. The worst part is just that it's not communicated anywhere in the game that that's how this works. Well, I did this for about 3.5 hours, and I'm content, even though I am still undecided on what sort of items to use with him. Maybe I'll look online and see what other people recommend to pair with him, although I have my own opinions and am not necessarily inclined to follow anyone else's. But yeah, that was Surtr. Surtr was really fun. He's cool. He looks cool. He plays cool. Plays like Lucy, who's cool. And I'm glad they added him to the game. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye-bye.